Welcome back to the channel. I'm Chase and this is All Things Random. Today we're discussing whether or not you should buy a luxury watch in this environment 2022. Now, if you guys haven't realized, I haven't been doing a lot of reviews lately. However, I do have a lot of reviews coming up in the future. The next video I'm going to be releasing in about 3 days is going to be a watch, the Expedition watch from DIY Watch Club. I'll do that build and then I will review the watch itself and give you all the pros and cons of it. Haven't opened it up yet. We'll do it all in video together. I also have some dive equipment I will be reviewing next week, and I just have a lot of things on the desk here that's sort of been piling up, and those videos are coming very soon, I promise. Today, we are talking about whether or not you should buy a luxury watch in today's market. Now, it's not a secret that everything right now is skyrocketing. Gas prices, inflation. Now, we're talking about America, but basically it's all over the world. But here in America, right, we're talking about gas prices being extremely high, inflation being extremely high, interest rates about to go up, and everything is just creeping up more and more and more. So, should you buy a luxury watch this year? I think it depends. That's the answer. Now, should you buy a Rolex? No, you shouldn't. Right now, I'm wearing my Rolex 2007 50th anniversary Kermit. It's the no rehaunt, so it's a smooth rehaunt. It's the year prior to when they actually started putting Rolex on the rehaunt. Honestly, and I got this at an authorized dealer and for, retail. And right now, it's worth a lot of money. Would I ever sell the watch? People ask me that all the time, and I said no, I would never sell the watch because I could never afford to buy another one. Everything right now on Chrono24, on eBay, on all these gray markets or these secondary sellers are increasing the prices so expensive that it's unobtainable for most people. Now, I say unobtainable for most people because honestly, when it comes to luxury watches aren't for everybody. Not everybody is going to spend $20,000 on a watch. Not everybody's going to spend $2,000 on a watch. In fact, I can argue that most people wouldn't spend $1,000 on a watch when we talk about, statistically speaking, with percentages of the entire population. Most people think that a $300 Citizen is a very expensive, very nice watch, and that's fine. They can think that. You guys in the watch community know that that's a great, affordable option if you don't want to spend money. But we're talking about luxury watches right now. Now, Rolex right now is in a bubble. It's in an artificial bubble like 2008 in the housing market. Eventually that bubble is going to burst. So if you are someone who wants to pick up a watch for an investment right now, specifically speaking about Rolex, my recommendation would be wait. Because what's going to end up happening is just like, if you are into cryptocurrency and stuff like that, a lot of people in 2017 saw Bitcoin go up to $19,000, $20,000, and they were like, boom, it's going to the moon. And what ended up happening? A lot of people ended up buying in at $15,000, $17,000, $20,000, and then the market changed and it crashed. And as it's crashing downwards all the way down to $3,500 in 2018, from $20,000 to $3,500, that's a giant hit. And a lot of people start selling off, everybody started panicking, and it just caused it to crash down even further. I see that as the same way in the Rolex market right now. It is a bubble, and eventually it's going to pop, and you're going to spend $17,000 on an $8,000 Submariner, and then the market's going to change because maybe you think that, hey, I'm going to buy this as an investment. Then the market's going to change in a couple years, and then it's going to be worth less. I honestly think it's going to be worth. It's going to be worth less. Right now, stainless steel sports models, when it comes to Rolex, are really hot, and everybody wants them. But honestly, I don't think it's sustainable, and a lot of watch experts would say the same thing. So what are your other options in the market? Well, honestly, the market is increasing. If you look at something like the Omega Seamaster or even the Speedmaster, right? Those have increased about $2,000 in retail. Now, A lot of people would argue that you're getting a hell of a bang for your buck when it comes to Omega, and they're right. You know, you could buy them for $4,500 before, and now they're just over $6,000. You're still getting a lot of watch for that money. So honestly, I would turn to something more like Omega, right? Honestly, for people like me and most of the members of my channel, I would stick more in the affordable range of $1,000 or under. You're never really gonna lose your ass if you buy a watch that's $600, right? I'll give you an example of something like a Hamilton. Now, a Hamilton does not have the name Rolex. It doesn't have the name Omega, right? It doesn't have the same recognition. But a Hamilton is a great, sturdy, durable, Swiss-made watch. So is something like a Tissot. And it's going to last you just as long as something like a Rolex. So I'll give you so if you buy a Tissot C-Star dive watch. Now that watch, if you have regular servicing, like any automatic watch, is gonna last you a lifetime, and it's gonna cost you $700. It's not gonna have the same name recognition as Rolex, but it's gonna be a dive watch that's gonna be extremely durable, and it's gonna be Swiss made. So I think you guys are sort of understanding what I'm saying here. If you wanna buy a luxury watch in today's market, you're probably gonna lose out if you don't turn around and sell it immediately. If you wanna buy it as an investment, unless it's something like a very rare watch, I don't think you're actually going to get a return on your investment. And that's really what it's about. It's about return on your investment. If I spend $15,000 on a watch and I want it as a investment, am I gonna get a return on that investment in the future? And honestly, I think that unless you sell it immediately for a few $1,000s more, I don't think you're gonna get a true return on your investment over time. I would pick something else, right? You have things like H. Moser, you have Breguet, you have Omega, you have like these really nice luxury watch brands, Grand Seiko, these really nice luxury watch brands that are far more affordable. They may not be as hot. You may not be able to take an Omega Seamaster and then turn around and sell it for $2,000 more or $10,000 more than you picked it up at retail. But I mean, honestly, I think it's gonna hold its value in the long term a lot better, and it's gonna cost a lot less in your pocket right now. Those are just my 2 cents. I've had a lot of people in the last 3 or 4 weeks ask me about buying luxury watches, and I tell them the same thing. I wouldn't buy anything right now in this market. Everything's going up, and eventually, like any market, it always turns around. The economy always turns around, and in this economy right now, like, would you go out and buy a brand new car? Most people would say, no, I'm not gonna buy a brand new car, because cars right now are increasing in value because there's a superconductor shortage. Gas prices are sky high, and everything's ticking up, and eventually it's gonna turn back around and the prices will drop. Feel the same thing when it comes to the luxury watch market. Honestly, if you could wait, I would wait, or I would pick up something like an Aventi, right? I'd pick up something like an Omega, something different that you're not gonna lose out on. Now, if you like videos like this, hit that subscribe button down below, leave a comment of the content you guys would like to see on this channel. Don't really do a lot of these videos. I do mostly review stuff on this channel. However, I just wanted to get my 2 cents out there because I've had a lot of people ask me, a lot, especially traveling to Georgia, and I stopped by Tag Heuer and Rolex, and what else was there? I stopped by the AP AD, and I just talked to all these people, and they're all saying the exact same thing. They don't want to tell you, hey, like, don't buy a watch in this market, but a lot of them are like, you're gonna lose in the end, and I don't disagree. So I just want to get my 2 cents out there. I got a lot of reviews coming up in the future, so make sure you guys are hitting that notification bell so you can be notified when I drop that next video. Until next time.